Okay, well, yeah, 7:01, I'd like to call this August 23rd meeting of the Board of Supervisors to order. Let's please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A moment of silence. Well, first to say, former Supervisor John Stahl is still up at Decorah, correct, Casey?
Yes.
So, we'd appreciate visitors if anyone would like to go see.
He would love visitors.
Yeah. So please join me in a moment of silence if you would, please. See that I did get ahead of myself there, but I already did the pledge. I apologize for that. Before we move further, I want to note that the township did receive, there was, what's the word I'm looking for, the inspection. There was an inspection of the Mountain Road pipe replacement project. It just came in a few days ago, I think it was. So we're just now getting an idea of what it says, what we need to do about it. So we did consult with our solicitor, which I'll introduce here in a moment, to see where we need to go with this. We don't know anything yet at this point as far as what to do, but we'll be taking a vote to, well, first vote, and I'll make a motion to add that subject to the agenda for this evening's meeting. That would be the inspection from DEP that we will need to be reviewing with our engineers. So I'll make that motion. Do I have a second? That second, all in favor? Second vote would be to, again, take this notice and send it to Mr. Stoner there. So, we're getting a great time. So, yeah, until we're advised by Mr. Stoner and also by our solicitor, we really don't know what it entails and what our response will be. So I'll make a motion to send the notice to our new engineer. Do we have a second? Brad, second. All in favor? Okay. Thank you. Did we miss anything?
No, but as far as though preparing that, though, the agenda has to be now updated and put on the website as well as published here. That specific item has to be done.
Correct.
At least to at least by tomorrow.
Sure.
That has to be
Before I
done.
leave tonight.
Yes.
And then we'll be adding it to the agenda for next month once
Okay.
we have feedback from Mr. Stoner. Okay. We covered everything on that. Okay, thank you. All right. Citizen participation. Now this is for items on the agenda. Do we have any at this time? Hearing none, we move on to approval of the minutes. Let me look through them one more time. Well, it does. No, I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
didn't have any notes for it. Does anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, Sean made a motion, Brad second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Municipal road, municipal reports, zoning code enforcement, that was in my file. Zelenko Engineering Associates. So, I'll give addresses here. So we had certificates of occupancy, review zoning hearing board decision, process a zoning permit for those. Contacted owner regarding missing item, permit jump violation. Notice of violation undeliverable. See the address.
Yeah.
It was undeliverable. And then regarding the 80 Rams Gap, that's the 89 acre building enforcement. For a total of $1,331.25. 13 activities, 3 certificates of use, 3 permits, 3 notices of violation letters, and 1 zoning consultation. I'll be up here if anyone would like to do that. Susan, There's no
Because our
sewage
meeting is early this month, it's usually more busy.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So we have no sewage
Either that
enforcement
or you didn't
report?
have anything.
Okay. Road report, Brad.
Mow along various township roads. We finished installing the buildings out at Dean's Gap. Worked with the paving crew on paving projects. Cleaned up down trees on various roads. We booked number 3 down to L.B. Smith for repairs. Booked the tires up to Liverpool. Got them done. And we repaired and welded the mower again. And worked with the part-time guy over there.
Thanks, Brad. Yep. Rec board report, Bob, you
Yes,
representing the rec board?
yes.
All right.
Our last event was Sunday night. The musician was sick. Lady Darlene took Lynn's mom to the hospital. She's in bad shape. And then it rained, so we canceled. And our next event is Sunday, September 11th, from 6 to 8 p.m. Campfire, hot dogs, s'mores, and beverages, and we also have music by local guide Martin Henry. I think he's 12 Lutheran Sounds according to this paper I have. So, if you could come out, we have a half an hour longer this time. Hopefully it gets a little dark and we enjoy the campfire. Bring your chairs if you have them. That's it.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep.
Emergency management report, I don't see Mike or Jim here, so I assume we don't have one. Did we hear anything from him?
No, I haven't heard from him. He answers me when I send out the email for all the notifications, but I haven't heard anything.
Financial treasurer's report, Dave?
Okay. The general checking account at Mid-Penn Bank in Marysville began with a balance July 1st of $234,137.47. Had receipts of $35,579.59. Expenditures of $72,705.54. A small amount of interest of $46.99, leaving us the balance August 1st in the general operating account, checking account at Mid-Penn Bank of $197,051.51. The general checking account at Penny Bank, if you remember, we had a resolution last month or the month before, recently, I should just say recently. Began with a balance July 1st of $562,020.14. We took $560,000 out of that and withdrew it to an easy access municipal CD when the interest rates began to raise to 1%, leaving us a balance with the interest of $1897 August 1st of $2,039.11. And that will be the subject of another resolution later on in the meeting. The general savings account began with a balance July 1st of $2,510.30 and ended August 1st with a very minimal interest of $2,510.30. The American Rescue Plan Fund's money market account began with a balance July 1st of $124,859.50. We have a deposit from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania of all of the funds that no one else claimed. There are some municipalities who said we just don't want it, we don't want the headache, we don't want the paperwork. So they did not take the American Rescue Plan funds, and it was distributed to all the other municipalities and boroughs that did take it. We got $393.98, $19.87 in interest, leaving us a balance August 1st in the American Rescue Plan Fund's money market account of $125,273.35. And I still have not received the second deposit, which they're telling us, PSAP is telling us, it's coming by the end of August. But they have pushed the date ahead and pushed it ahead. So if they get it ready, I'm sure we will get it. I hope we do soon. Liquid Fuels checking account had only very minimal interest activity and had a balance August 1st of $540.75. Liquid Fuels savings account had minimal interest and ended with a balance August 1st of $2,664.02.
Okay, thank you, David. And I apologize for my poor manners. I forgot to skip right over introductions. And I was trying to go with the flow here and I just missed. So I'm sorry, Mike O'Connor from, I have to get the Death Flex, is going to be providing P and, well, I'll let you say, our solicitor services with the firm. So Mike, if you.
Sure. So the firm is the one that was appointed as solicitor, and it'll be myself, Michael O'Connor, or Michael Pykosh that will be attending the meetings as a solicitor.
How do you say the first name?
Detlef.
Detlef.
Oh, no, wait. That's myself. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Stoner, if you would please.
Yes, my name is Max Stoner with Glaze Associates Engineers. We're in Campbell. We do a lot of municipal engineering services in area, Dalton counties, and Central Pennsylvania. I'll be the prime representative to the board here, and we have a couple of different representatives that can handle different aspects of what the township's needs are.
Okay, moving on to resolutions. Resolution 2219, transfer highway aid fund from two CDs at Bank of Landisburg and from Penny Bank CD Mid-Penn highway aid checking to assist with payment of the 2022 road projects.
Yes, there's actually three CDs. Two of them are at Bank of Landisburg and one is at Penny Bank. The total is $173,685.91. That's an estimate. Just with me getting online and trying to get the interim interest. So it won't be exactly that because there'll be additional interim interest. But they are being transferred. I think the one is finally coming due next week. So they're all coming due around the same time, and one is an easy access. So next week I will be transferring them into the highway aid checking account at 0.50% interest. They have raised our interest at Mid-Penn Bank on our checking accounts, which is wonderful. It was 0.05 and it's 0.10, and then it went to 0.20, and now it's actually 0.50. So we're getting a little something for it. And that's good to see. All the interest rates are coming up. So these are being moved in anticipation of payment of the invoice for the 2022 road projects. We have not gotten the invoice yet. I'm sure those girls in the office down there are having fun putting all those tickets together because we had fun. But anyway, that's what this is being moved for, anticipation of the payment when we get them, and we have all of the documents, then we will make the payment through the highway checking account.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion to accept resolution 2219. Brad?
I'll
Is there a second?
I'll second.
I'll second. Thank you. Thank you. We can move on to resolution 2220, a while authorized payment by Visa credit card for payment of web domain renewal.
Yes, I like to document when I use the Visa credit card for any kind of electronic payment. It's for GoDaddy for the web domain renewal for 2 years. And it needed to be done, and they like you to do it online with a credit card. So I used our members' first Visa credit card. It was $39.98. I just want to document that for the auditor.
Okay, motion to approve 2220. Brad, made a motion.
I'll second it.
Sean will second. All in favor? Aye. Resolution 22-21, authorize ACH transfer of monthly pension contributions to PMRS through Mid-Penn Bank for a more timely deposit. Excuse me.
Yes, that's exactly what it is for. PMRS, I think it might have been February, March, around that time period, began to offer the automatic clearing house transfers electronically. I could not get it then. Marysville Bank was in the middle of changing over. It just wasn't a good time. So finally, I got in with Mid-Penn, and they got everything transferred now and updated on. And so they offered us I asked them about it, and they offered it to us free of charge, which was very nice. They do not charge us to initiate the ACH transfer. So we will begin doing electronic payments of our monthly pension contributions, which is really important because sometimes the pay period will end, just say the 29th or 30th, and for me to get a check over to them and the mail has been extremely slow. Sometimes till they would deposit, it was like the 12th or the 13th. Once I think it was the 15th. So we get charged interest if it's not there within 7 days of the next month. So it's actually a very more efficient way, bypassing the mail and all of that, the problems we've had with them. So that's why I think it's a good idea, and the fact that Marysville will do it for no charge for us. I can do it online on our own online accounting.
Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution 2221. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And everything is documented, and there's forms I have to send in, there's emails I have to send information to PMRS also. So there's a lot of documentation that's still public. It's not, even though you don't have a paper check.
Resolution 2222, authorize transfer of general checking CD of penny into a 1-year CD for a better rate of investment return.
Okay, this is what I was referring to earlier with the general checking CD. I'm actually calling it a general checking CD because that's where it came from. These are excess monies that we've put back over the past couple of years, combined several CDs, and it was very opportune that we put it in the 1% at $560,000. But now I have an opportunity through Penny and Bank for a 12-month brokered CD to get 3%. So that will take our interest from just straight interest from $5,600 to over $16,000. So that we really need that with everything costing, some stuff costing double for us. So it's a short-term investment. It is FDIC insured, and it would be handled through Penny and Bank through their investment services. And I also spoke with our auditor, and he said it's about as safe as a regular, traditional CD.
We have a motion to approve resolution 2222. Motion, Sean?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Resolution 2223, approve transfer of solid waste CDs for 1-year CD for a better rate of investment.
Right, we don't want to go with all of the broken CDs, but these are solid waste CDs, and I'm also, in the back of my mind, I'm always looking for budget and little things for our budget, and that's going to be coming up before we're ready for it, I'm sure. But Penny is offering me, kind of getting a battle between the two banks. And I always call the one bank to say, hey, can you match this? It's easier to keep it right there, let's do that. Well, when I called them, they said they would match what New Penn was going to give me, which was 2%. So I'm going to move two of the higher balance solid waste CDs from the 11-month, which this is what's really good by having the easy access flexible CDs. I can pull it out without any penalties, and it's going to be put into a 12-month solid waste CD. Now, they cannot be taken out, but I don't foresee that we would need these two CDs in the solid waste fund. They're actually in our capital reserve fund, and there's also additional funds in there that are flexible for the CDs. But even if we would need one of them, a portion of one of them for next year's budget, this would come out in a year, approximately a year till I get up there. So it would still be able to be utilized next year at this time. So that's going to be double the amount. The one CD has approximately $107,000 in it. The other one has $66,760. And these are estimates that I took from, like I said, from what I can get from the interest online for the moment. So that makes a difference when you're doubling your percentage. Or even though 2% isn't the greatest that I've ever seen, but it's helping us out now.
Okay, another motion to approve resolution 22-23. Do we have a second?
I'll
I'll
second it.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, David. Okay, new business, approve the 2023 MMO for the police pension plan with PMRS Act.
Zero.
Non-uniform approval at the September meeting.
Yeah.
Not received from PMRS in time for August meeting. Elaborate on that.
Well, yes, normally I have them all by the August meeting. I like to get them over and all done with, because then it's done. They have to be done by September 30th. I have to present them to the board by September 30th. So we'll just make it. I even called them and said, could you please get my other MMOs done? But they did not. They have to do the actual value of the assets, the actual, the present value, future benefits. There's some figures that they put in here. I can't. I have to do the estimate for payroll, but they have to put that others in, and they did not have the non-uniform MMOs completed in time for tonight's meeting. I actually don't even have them yet. They're working on them though. But I thought I'm going to do the police, and then I'll keep, the non-uniform for September. And I'll at least get these in, because it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's a zero MMO. The plan is fully funded plus, and we have no active employees, so there is no payroll to even ask. We need a motion. I know, we do. Because I asked them, I said, do we have to do this? It's like a formality. And they said, yes.
Now we'll make the motion. Do a second? Second, all in favor?
Thank you.
You can update us on the status of the new website.
Okay.
I was impressed.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I showed it to Brad today finally. I kept forgetting because he doesn't have a computer, so I kept forgetting to show him. But the board really likes, they previewed the new website. It is not the fanciest website I've ever been on, but it's really much improved from what we have now. When you get on the home page, you will see displays of some of Jennifer McNeil's photography with the animals that she took here in the valley, and some things that say Rye Township. I just like it. I think that the format of it is much more updated. We put some more things out there that we were holding off from putting out on the old website. I know there's a couple, Brad actually found a couple mistakes today when we were looking at it later this afternoon. So I need to get those changed, and I need to have a little bit more training of doing it, because obviously you have to keep moving on with posting all these things. So we get those done. It's probably going to be next week till it's out to the public. But they have seen it. We have a link that we can get in and look at it and I've already made lots of changes. And because we found lots of mistakes as you're transferring, as he migrated everything over for us, and then, I found some things he actually missed, some things that should have been on there that should have been taken off the other website. So I'm anxious to get it out, but watch for that. If you do happen to try to get on the website one day and there's nothing there, he said it might take 1 to 2 hours when they're actually changing out, cutting that one out and putting the new one in. I'm not technical with all those terms, but when they're in the middle of doing that, you may not be able to get a website for Rye Township. Just be a little patient, check on it in a couple hours or that afternoon or evening. I'm sure they'll do it during the day, because that's when
The web address is going to stay the same.
the web address will stay the same, yeah.
Is it gonna be mobile friendly?
Yes, it should be. Ours now is supposed to be, but I've had some people complain, and it wasn't at all before. But last year when they did they actually had to update, because it was so antiquated, they had to update before they could even migrate it. But it has been longer than I ever anticipated, and I apologize. I mean, it really wasn't me. It was CECOG and COVID. This was all started way back before COVID, so it's been a long, drawn-out process. Finally, about 3 months ago, I said to the guy, I didn't want to be rude, but I finally said, Rye Township should be at the front of the line by now. And he wrote back, he said, I am so sorry, Nancy. Yes, I've got to get your website done. So sometimes you're too patient, just waiting things out, but he does have it done. He's been saying, hey, here, take that off and put this on. He's been, I actually emailed him today and asked how long the website would be down, because I wanted to let people know if by chance that would just be the time you'd be looking, you might find it down for a couple hours. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the beginning of next week. That's what I'm thinking. But look for it in the near future. It'll be his schedule too, as long as he's not off. But I'd like to get it up and going before they get home. I can do that to notify everybody.
That way, if there are any things noticed, people notice are missing,
Right.
get it corrected right away.
And he's downsized some things. That was all him. He did ask me about some colors and photos, and I sent all of that information. And some new things, I sent over some new files for him to put in. There's a new page called the facts page, frequently asked questions. Brad brought up a good question that was not on it today about pen waste, so I think we need to clarify that a little bit. Even though you can find it in the website, I think it might be good to add that question. Frequently asked questions that people will ask when they move in, or even if they've been here a while but never had that issue, so what do we do? And we're open to suggestions if you have something, that you think, oh, well, why didn't they do it this way? Maybe we just didn't think, But I will send out an email, that's a good idea.
Thanks for all your work on that.
You're welcome. Again, I apologize it took so long.
Almost there.
We're almost there.
So announcements. So September 5th, Labor Day holiday, office will be closed. Trash will be collected on Wednesday, September 7th. And then September 13th is at 7 p.m. is the Planning Commission meeting, which was rescheduled due to Labor Day holiday. 7:30. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. For those of you that didn't hear, the Planning Commission meetings are always at 7:30, not 7 p.m.
Thank you.
Number 11th is, as Bob said, bonfires, hot dog roast in the park from 6 to 8 p.m. with the group. Was it a group of?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, big time. Broken silence. Approval and payment of the bills, David.
General fund checks 17417 to 17436 in the amount of $17,632.34. Payroll checks 8092 to 8096 in the amount of $4,057.17. Payroll checks 8097 to 8101 in the amount of $4,168.27. There were no payroll or expense checks for the processing.
Make a motion to approve payment of the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Daisy. Okay, now we're moving on to citizen participation. John, you are up first, please.
Okay, I'll say my one that I wrote down after this. The first one is, I just want to remind you when your website is down, that not to do it when your agenda's to be posted, whether that's the planning commission, rec board, whatever, so that people can see it, because that's still a requirement as we have a website, so make sure it isn't that day. My question that I wanted to bring up, which I actually mentioned, on the sign-up sheet, is I was wondering about the roadwork inspection. As I asked last week, or last meeting, last month, I brought up about, hey, who is our inspectors and what are their qualifications? Jim, you brought up it was our road crew, and then their qualifications were that it's just their experience, having been here. I was wondering, because I drove around the day they were doing Tower Road when they had it all tore up, and I drive by the township building, and our most experienced person, our road crew foreman, was out here at the building and not on Tower Road as it's all ripped up. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention that, our inspector obviously wasn't inspecting when they were doing it. So, when they're putting, I'd love to trust the contractor, but you can always trust the contractor as much as you can. So, whether they're putting down 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inch of asphalt, we don't know when we find out after they've done it. Yeah, it might look nice, but who knows what they did. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that it's a little concerning that, inspections aren't being done. So.
Brad, do you have anything you want to add? Okay. All right, thank you, John, I appreciate the comment.
Yep.
Jackie, did you know?
Nope, I don't have anything.
No? Okay. Thank you. Well, having no further citizen participation, make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do you have a second? Second. All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. 7:33.